Hello everyone and welcome to the 10th year anniversary special of this YouTube channel. That is right, on the 21st of October 2012, the Transport Enthusiast YouTube channel was created. And 10 years on, we are still rolling. So, of course, we must do a special. 10 years is such a milestone for some reason. I mean, 10 is just a number, but it's a big milestone. And we are back in Minecraft. This is something we barely feature on the channel. But fun fact, this is how the channel started. That is right, the first ever video on this channel was of Minecraft showcasing an airplane. That video, however, is now unlisted. Nonetheless, it makes sense to go straight back to where we begun. In the early days of this channel, we used to do Hunger Games. I used to actually be quite good at Minecraft Hunger Games, at least in my subjective opinion. It used to be around 4,000, which is not bad, on the MinecraftHungerGames.com server. But that server unfortunately had really nice maps. I never really found a server afterwards with maps that I liked for the Hunger Games for Minecraft. But yes, that was that. So now one thing to note is, as you may know, it has been 10 years of consistent content. And in fact, half of that time at least has been inconsistent with no content creation. We revived the channel back in the during the pandemic in 2020, and we are still rolling. Content has been rather consistent, although it has been slipping lately significantly. Unfortunately, time constraints just mean I have had no time to really engage in any meaningful way with YouTube, and also video games kind of disillusion me. I'm not being into them as I was in the past, but nonetheless, I digress. So what are we going to do in the 10-year special? Well, I thought I'd showcase to you this city I have built. This is something I have showcased in terms of the train lines, but I'm going to give you a little overview of this city, which I began building in 2013. And every few years, I'd add in a few bits. I haven't. Last time I played this was in 2000. Well, the last time I built something in the city was back 2 years ago. I think that's actually just the last time I rode one of the minecarts. It was on 27th of October 2020, so nearly 2 years ago. Mad, isn't it how time flies? And that's the thing. Every time I go to Minecraft, oh, don't tell me this stopped recording. Oh, it did. Oh, it did. Oh no, it didn't. Perfect. Yeah, so I need to remember not to, because I keep clicking Control, but if I click Control S, it stops recording. The smart thing would do to change the keybinds. Yes, but of course I won't do that. Why would I do the smart thing? So yes, that sort of thing. So anyway, let's take a look at the city and how it began. So, oh yeah, so I was saying that actually in Minecraft, every time you go onto it, stuff changes. Like, because every few years, like, you have to migrate your account to Mojang, and you have to migrate your account to Microsoft, which is just there this week. Anyhow, let's take a look. So, this city started off with this little house here. As you can see, this is literally the mayor's house. Then we built the central station, I think it was, or they were built around the same time. They appeared in a few days, and this is the port. You can see it uses the default oak because, well, it was a time when there wasn't much variety in terms of trees, so you can tell this is like built ages ago. And this is where our first line started. So our first line was, so basically I built the train infrastructure first and then built the city around it, kind of. But anyway, the trains were built first, at least to some extent. So we had the Northern Line. The Northern Line starts off here at the port, going down to the central station, here to this market, which is also one of the first things built. Then it goes through here into the northern part of the center, here to the edge of the city, and then further down all the way to this area that was initially intended to be a farming area. However, that never really realized, and well, yes, it's just been abandoned. But yeah, that's the terminus there. One thing to note also is back in the day, these termini used to just have a turning circle that was literally just flip. Oh, what happened there? But that changed, and now it's like a proper turning circle, a little bit more realistic, because realism is important. Now, obviously, one is limited with Minecraft in the sense that it is kind of set in more olden times, but hey, it is what it is. The next line that was built was the Southern Line, and well, you're going to realize that it makes very little sense. The Southern Line, let's talk about the Southern Line. It starts off from the port, goes up to Jungle Tree Park in the northern part of the center. I think actually originally the Northern Line terminated at Jungle Tree. No, it never did actually, never. Well, did it? I can't remember. No. I think it always went to the port. So I'm actually trying to think, what have I done here? What is this? Sorry, I haven't played this game in a while, so I actually don't know what this is for. I don't remember doing this. So what is this for? Oh, is this the turning circle? Yeah, this is the turning circle. Okay, that makes sense. Oh no, this is how it connects. This line connects to Oh, sorry, I built a second depot. Yeah, I really don't know what I did there. This is one of my newer inventions. Anyway, we'll get to that in a few moments. Sorry, I got a bit sidetracked there. Anyway, we went to Jungle Tree Park up here to the northern center, then back around to the central station. As you can see, much longer than the northern line, which is just straight across through this building. Actually, goes underneath an apartment building. And it goes all the way here, doing this massive detour into the western part of the city, going back around into the western central station. Not even sure it's called the western central station. It's literally just that line that goes through it, and back around to the southern park. So as you can see, very convoluted route, not direct whatsoever. And then up here to the southern central station. There's a lot of central stations, even though only one of them, the central station, actually has a intercity line here to these resort islands, and then finally to its terminus of Pachivna East. The idea of this was there'll be a resort island with little rest places, and that obviously never materialized. The bridge also at one point didn't have, originally when it was built, did not have these little pillars to hold up the bridge, but we decided to make it more realistic, and hence we added in the pillars because, well, realism. Yes, next. So, those were the first two lines that were built. Now, what was next was the Western Line, which was also built in that period. The Western Line is a intercity line, hence why when you'll notice here there is a gap between the tracks because there isn't really any way to estimate the difference between like trams or like suburban train lines and intercity train lines. So it goes here connecting to this little viewer in area there, which allows you to view this little viewing tower up here to the western edge of the city, and then finally past here to the village of Knockholson, named after the creator of Minecraft, Notch. So as you can see here, it continues on. I was a bit lazy at the start and just put grass instead of wood for the bridge. Don't know why I remember that. Don't know why I did that either. But then we decided to be more realistic and we replaced it. And yes, here is the village, and it has its own station as well, as you can see. Now, one thing to note was nothing this bit because this was back in 2013. I think this didn't have these stone villages at the time, but yeah, so Minecraft must have upgraded. But anyhow, yeah, I thought Minecraft only upgrades terrain that you haven't explored yet. But maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while. Lots of jungles in this area. That's the one thing. It was hard finding a good seed for Minecraft, but I like the seed. I like the biomes that it spawned. I think also why just use a bridge and not just go a bit to the left? Probably in real terms would have been cheaper to do. Obviously, if this was like real life. Okay, so that's that. Now let's talk about the expansions of the train lines. Well, it was soon realized that, well, there was a big of an issue. The only way to really get with transportation to the south side of the city was to use what we call the Southern Line. But as you can see, the Southern Line is very ineffective unless you're a train enthusiast. And even if you're a train enthusiast, you will get tired of doing this massive detour every time. So what happened was the Northern Line was extended and the lines were also renamed. So we built a little tunnel here, which was a road as well, but the road and the train are in segregated tunnels. And the Northern Line takes a much more direct route all the way here, connecting again to the Southern Central Station. And as you can see, there's like a tram on the roadways through the Southern Park, on the other end of Southern Park, and up here through the actual port, the Southern Port, which is actually the main port because it connects to the ocean, and up here to this little walkway area of, I can't remember the name of it. Also, realistically, in real life, you really won't get a tram going up there, more like a funicular, because it is very steep. So yeah, not the most realistic of inventions, but it's been built, I think it was built in 2017, that extension, so yes. Now, let's make it daytime, because it's nighttime, and I don't like nighttime. Okay, let's make sure this is still recording. Wonderful. So, time set day. Time set day. Excellent. Also, one thing to note was that the Northern Line, because it was realized that, well, we never actually built the area where we were meant to extend the Northern Line to. We never actually built the farming area. The Northern Line was cut in two. We'd have the Northern Line, we named this line 1. which will be infrequent, running from this area here past there to the port, and then we'd have line 2 running from this new turning circle here to the big hill place you saw earlier on. Line 3 would be the southern line, which has not been changed, and then a new line was built, line 4. Line 4, as you can see here, starts off from either this area here, or actually no, I think it starts from Jungle Tree Park. I think the reason why I built that was to connect it to the train depot. Yes, that's why there's this whole system here that's connected to the train depot. Yeah, it's a bit strange how I've designed it, because yeah, also I don't even know what this is. Anyway, I think that's just the house. But yeah, so line 4 runs from this new road here into the western side of the city, just offering a connection to the western side of the city from the northern center through here to these new areas to the western central. As you can see, the turning circle there, it is quite short. So that's the north. That's line 4. I was going to call it the western line, but then you realize that, well, actually you'd have to have an eastern line then as well if you build another line, and well, we haven't really expanded east, and I don't think that's ever going to materialize. Also, there is a underground line, so the red is tram, the blue is underground or subway, and the yellow is bus stops. The horse-drawn cars. I remember before you could ride pigs before you could ride horses, but that's because there wasn't horses in Minecraft. As you can see here, this is the subway. Why this subway system was built, I don't know. I kind of just want to build a system. It's not very practical in the sense that it kind of just duplicates, and also it's not very long. I think it terminates in the central station. I'll show you that. Maybe it goes out west. I don't even know where the subway system goes. But this is the central station, as you can see here. And then this blue sign here is to indicate that it's underground. So, yep. Here. This goes... Oh, I think this goes to the port, maybe. Yeah, I think that's the terminus. The terminus is the ports, yeah. Makes sense. So, again, a bit like the southern line, a bit convoluted, which is now line 3. But anyway, that's that. So, the other things to show are just the buildings. I won't actually go inside the buildings because that'll take too long. Basically, we have here 2 apartment buildings. This one, smaller one. There's a bigger apartment building, and that's a hotel here. This is the market. We have here a little park. This is school, I think. These are like pubs, or like, you know, I think this one is the town halls. That's the other town hall. Oh no, that's the court. That's the town hall. The one with the flag. This, I think, is just a house. Yeah, that's just a house. What else is there? Yeah. These are quite big apartment buildings, as you can see. They can fit a lot of people. Probably the most of the city's needs. Had such a sophisticated transport network for such a small city, you know? Then if we go to the western side of the city, we have a college on us. Yeah, we have I think college or an office, and maybe we have an office. Some sort of college, maybe, whatever that was. Can't remember. We have a few houses, a shop, and then we have a lighthouse. Again, this was going to be built up. Never really happens. You have to come up with ideas and yeah, that kind of thing. This is just a viewing area. And then in the western side of the city, we just have a maze, a football pitch. We have here some park areas. I think there was an outdoor gym at some point. I might have removed that for some reason. And then that's the port, and that is really the city. Oh yeah, and there, that big thing here is the control room for all the trains, and for the transport system. So yeah, hence they can do stuff. And there's a chessboard and a chess club as well. Let's just take a quick look, I guess, at this little viewing thing. This is kind of cool. Yeah, so if you take a look inside here, you can see the whole and monitor what's happening. The train lines. But yeah, that, folks, is the city, and this, I hope, was a good special. There's a library, and oh yeah, this is the train depot. This depot of all the trams. Here, tram lines 1 and 2, tram lines 3 and 4, and then the western line. There is also a map of the city. Again, you can see this is kind of just in the center. Yeah. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's some parking, transport information, and we have a transport information office. and we have a shop. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's it for now. Been 10 years, hard to believe, isn't it? Thank you for all of you who have supported the channel by subscribing, liking, super chatting, super tanking, although no one's super tanking. Hint hint, I know, just a joke. Well, if you want. And yes, that's it for now. 10 years and counting. Bye bye. Actually, just one more moment. Let's move him up. 10 years and counting. Bye for now.